All right, Rhode Island House Speaker Nick Mattiello was our guest on 10 News Conference this past weekend. NBC 10's Gene Valicenti on the radio this morning and joins us live to talk about his conversation with him about a lot of things. But one of the big questions, Gene, with everyone worried about state revenues plummeting, will the car tax phase out continue? This is his baby, and it's an election year.
Well, you know, I brought that up on 10 News Conference. Good morning, Mario. Salud, Mario.
Salud.
Look at this. We're on the morning show here. You know, I asked Nick Mattiello with the revenue shortfall we're going to be facing, and we've got a real reckoning coming. We're talking tens of millions of dollars the state has to come up with. The casinos are closed. The income tax is not coming in. The sales tax coming in. With all of that, this titanic hurricane coming, is everything on the table? Budget cuts, layoffs, and maybe stopping the car tax phase-out that Mattiello really pushed. He seemed to say that, no, that car tax phase-out is safe when I spoke to him on 10 News Conference Sunday.
That makes very little sense to me. It's an area that people talk about cutting every time there's a budget shortfall. You're taking money out of people's pockets. You're forcing the municipalities to deal with a shortfall and to tax them. So that's a circle I don't really think is very productive, and we're going to probably maintain our obligations because otherwise the taxpayers are just going to pay it.
All right.
So it sounds like there's a bunch of other things on the table, but that's going to be low on the list as far as Mattiello's concerned.
Yeah, I think he's
He did tell me, however, that he wants in. He wants in on the big decisions that, you know, the governor's been calling the shots by herself for 6 weeks. He said the next big decision has to be a consensus between him and the Senate president and the governor. So the legislature wants back in, Mario.
Yeah, because she's been front and center. We really haven't heard from them other than venues like 10 News Conference. What about truck tolls? I know there's talk about trying to suspend them during all of this, but that means even less revenue for the state.
Well, yeah, he really pushed back on that. Charlene Lima, a Democrat in his caucus, said we should get rid of the truck tolls and reward the truckers for keeping busy and keeping our goods coming. But Mattiello said that doesn't make much sense to him. In a shortfall of revenue, the state needs all the cash it can take.
I have no idea how that helps the budget shortfall and probably makes it worse. We have a lot of work going on a lot of bridges that's desperately needed. It's more needed than I ever thought before from what I'm hearing from people in the field. And our bridges are in bad shape. That's a bad idea.
All right, so the takeaway is keep the truck tolls, keep the car tax phase out, and Mattiello wants back in the game. He wants a say in the big decisions, not just the governor. That's a takeaway from 10 News Conference. Mario, I'm going back on the radio this morning, WPRO, 6 to 9.
All right, thank you, Gene. Yep, Gene with his nice new background there. You got a new spot in the house.
And it looks so serene.
Yes, you can watch the interview with Speaker Mattiello right now on turner10.com, and of course listen to Gene from 6 until 9, and then watch him tonight on NBC 10 News at 6 o'clock right here.